What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So last night on Raw, Cody Rhodes comes out and does his response to The Rock. A lot of people were waiting for this. A lot of people said Cody needed to come out with that fire. And he comes out, he gets in the ring, and he starts running his mouth. He says The Rock is not a heel, The Rock is an asshole. Now, historically, heels are assholes. So that already automatically off the bat, Cody Rhodes ain't making no sense. But everybody's eating this up. Oh my God, he said asshole. Oh my God. And this proves my point. That it's just words you people eat up. You don't eat up the context of the words. You don't eat up or dig into, well, does that make any sense? Because again, when The Rock calls Cody fans Cody crybabies, it's backed up. There's proof. For years and years and years, this has been happening. Every time these fans don't get their way, they throw their fit, and they cry, and they throw their tantrum, and they riot. It's a proven fact. They were on Twitter crying. They were at the arenas crying. They were going to do a rally for crying out loud. All of that crying. And then Cody Rhodes turns around after actually crying in the ring himself the week before and calls The Rock a whiny bitch. Now make that make sense. The guy that gets in the ring and cries and has done so multiple times over the past year is calling somebody else a whiner. When the fact of the matter is this. And you can't even point out their flaws. You can't even point out their hypocrisy, or they'll accuse you of crying. We're not the ones hijacking the shows there, you assholes. I mean, we're talking about assholes. I don't know if it gets more assholish than that. Hijacking an entire show because of what you want. Pretty assholish. But Cody Rhodes defends that. Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes will defend his asshole fans. And that's why, again, his whole promo, it makes no sense. I guess I'm too much of a thinker to be a fan of a Cody Rhodes promo. But these are the facts. And so then he goes and starts on about how Rock brought up his mom, and somehow Rock was trying to intimidate his mom, even though, and this is where he's making shit up. Cody Rhodes is a liar. I actually saw a clip when they were talking about Cody Rhodes' injury when he had that match at Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins. And Seth said, I think Cody's lying about the pain. And Cody Rhodes admitted he was straight up lying about how much pain he was enduring. So not only is it an in-character thing for Cody Rhodes to be a liar, he's a real liar in real life, admittedly so. The man can't help himself. He's a natural-born liar. So any promo that he cuts, it shouldn't be surprising that he's going to lie his ass off. It's what he does. Anyways, Cody is going on about how Rock was trying to intimidate his mom. And, you know, normally his mom would be intimidated by someone as big as The Rock. And then he turns around and completely contradicts that and says his mom's not afraid of anything. So which one is it? Normally she'd be intimidated by a guy the size of The Rock, or she's not afraid of anything. And on top of this, someone show me where in all of that Rock was talking where he's trying to intimidate Cody's mom. He's not like, I'm going to, flip you over the guardrail and drop the elbow on you or, beat the hell out of you. No, I'm just going to beat your son's ass. You're going to sit there and watch. And then I'm going to hand you the belt that I beat his ass with. So again, Cody Rhodes is lying in his promos because he has to. It's like I've said before. The reason for this is because already Cody Rhodes is the bad guy. Already in all of this, the Cody Crybabies, you guys are the heels. So WWE can try and spin it and twist it and turn it. But in doing so, they're going to have Cody go out there and lie. Because if he's going out there and he's telling the truth, what's he really saying? Oh, well, I'm going to pretend like The Rock was threatening my mother. He never did. And I'm going to ignore the fact that my fans actually legitimately made death threats to The Rock's daughter. So, okay, so now we're picking and choosing what's right and wrong. And you only do that when you're in the wrong. And that's clearly what Cody Rhodes has done. He made some accusations that Rock went behind the scenes to TKO and started complaining and crying and pushing for Rock saving the business of professional wrestling. He never shows any proof of this, by the way. When Rock accused Cody Rhodes of being cool and fine backstage right before the WrestleMania kickoff, he showed footage of this. And he showed Cody Rhodes walk up and shake his hand, didn't say a word, didn't say nothing. Rock walks out. So he literally showed, whether you want to say from a storyline standpoint or a real life standpoint, he showed Cody Rhodes being a two-faced bitch. And then when the cameras were on and the audience is there, it's a completely different story. This was bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Again, nothing about it being bullshit that his fans made death threats to The Rock's daughter over scripted pro wrestling. None of that, of course, because this is the kind of hypocrisy we're dealing with, where somehow we should be silent about a young woman being threatened, but Cody needs to be vocal because The Rock insulted him. Do you notice the difference here? The way it started from the storyline, even from the storyline. Rock is pissed because Cody insulted his family, called them goofs. Talking about The Rock's grandfathers, Roman Reigns' grandfather, saying how they would be ashamed. The Rock didn't even say Cody's mom would be ashamed. But when Rock mentions Cody's mother, everybody's just like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful. You completely ignore the disrespectful shit Cody has done and said. The disrespectful shit you Cody crybabies have done and said. You're not in a position to talk. But through all of it, I'm still scratching my head and I'm like, what's so impressive about this promo? Like, what was said that's supposed to be so damn great here? So he calls Rock a whiny little bitch. He said at WrestleMania, is he going to have Dwayne energy or little dick syndrome? And again, this is the biggest star Cody Rhodes ever been in the ring with. You go from literally saying, oh, I'm standing and staring at the only Mount Rushmore wrestler I'll ever be in the ring with, to all of a sudden now he's got little dick syndrome. You know, like when you listen to The Rock's promos, the energy that man has. When he's out there talking, you put that side by side. You put Cody Rhodes, well, first of all, we already seen it. When they were in the ring together doing their promos, you tell me as far as the promos go who had little dick energy. Come on. It was Cody Rhodes. He looked like an amateur. He completely looked out of his element. It's sad that at 52, The Rock has more energy than Cody Rhodes at what? How old is he? 30, mid-30s, something like that. But he's out here again hurling insults that make no sense. And everybody's like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing we've ever heard. Logic be damned. Facts be damned. And then he ends it by saying, at WrestleMania, Rock is going to be Roman's side chick. Now, is that kind of like saying he's an afterthought or he's just along for the ride? Because it's The Rock we're talking about here. And the amount of attention that The Rock has gotten by being this side attraction has actually overshadowed Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. So for Cody Rhodes to sit there and say, oh, at WrestleMania, you're going to be the side chick, when the side chick's overshadowing you, that makes you look stupid. Completely idiotic. So you insult somebody for their role at WrestleMania, but yet this whole time they've overshadowed you. They're more talked about than you. The news, sure as hell, they're not talking about Cody. They're talking about Rock. Rock coming back to WrestleMania. The Rock coming back to WrestleMania. Mainstream casual fans is talking about The Rock. Oh, fans that watched back in the day are coming back for The Rock. Where's Cody Rhodes bringing in new fans? He's not. So that whole line about it's a packed house and we basically don't need The Rock. The Rock needs the WWE locker room more than the WWE locker room needs The Rock. And this line about nobody's bigger than the business. You show me one guy from pro wrestling that has the star power of The Rock. He has grown bigger than WWE. He does not need the WWE. He went out, made a name for himself, and he's worth $800 million. What can you say? What can you really say about that? You're sitting here trying to talk shit and saying that a man who's worth $800 million needs you more than you need him, and that's a fucking joke. Because you are being talked about more in your career than you ever have been with the New Japan, with the AEW, with all of that. Because of one guy, and that's The Rock. So that's why, for me personally, the entire Cody Rhodes promo was just a walking, talking contradiction. That's all it was. And I get it for the Cody Rhodes fans that, oh my God, our hero, this is the fire we've been wanting to see all this time. No, I get it. Like, yeah, you've gotten a promo where he's not crying. Good for you guys. But as far as cooking anybody, he didn't do that. He didn't destroy anybody on the microphone. And he really didn't even tell the truth. I've already went over it time after time. This man lied. And I don't put it above the Cody Rhodes crybabies that you guys are proud of your liar. You guys are proud to stand behind and support a two-faced, cowardly, lying little bitch. Bravo to you all, but that doesn't change the fact that he's a two-faced, cowardly, lying little bitch. In closing, I want to go back to the year 2011 when The Rock made his return after 7 years being gone. And leading up to that, you had John Cena running his mouth talking about The Rock doesn't love pro wrestling. He doesn't love the business. He doesn't come back for us. Right? That was the whole thing. Cena was going around talking his trash to get The Rock to come back. When The Rock did come back, it still wasn't good enough for John Cena and John Cena's fans. Y'all still talk trash. Well, he's not here every week now. We finally got him to come back, but now we want him here every week. It's either we want. We don't get everything we want. We're going to shit all over this person because they're not giving us every single thing we want. This is the typical thing. And honestly, I feel like a lot of these Cody Rhodes fans are John Cena fans. It's like the John Cena fans finally grew up, which makes a lot of sense why you like your corny, trashy, garbage-ass promos. Because that's exactly what John Cena would give you all the time. And you ate it up. You loved it. But let's go over a few things to prove my point here. Because I can hear these fans saying, well, it doesn't always have to be the truth. A good burn is a good burn, Like Cody roasted The Rock. Cody cooked The Rock. Y'all said the same thing about John Cena back in the day when he was bringing up the Tooth Fairy. And what did I say at that point? I was saying things like, well, let's see John Cena's movies where he's been as successful as The Rock at that time. He didn't have any movies where he had been that successful, where it brought in the kind of box office the Tooth Fairy did. But what do you know? Like, fast forward all these years later, and John Cena's been in a movie wearing a skirt. John Cena's been in a movie wearing a skirt. What were you talking about? Tutus again there, Cena? What were you saying, huh? It's kind of hard to hear with all the hypocrisy shining through. And that's where I tend to look at The Rock's promos and say, 10 years from now, will it still ring true that the Cody Rhodes fans were Cody Rhodes crybabies? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Could John Cena come out now and bring up the Tooth Fairy? Hell no. He would look stupid. All the whining and the crying that he did, that being John Cena, about The Rock being a part-timer. And Cena's like, well, I'll go do the WWE movies and I'm here at Raw. Yeah, you're associated with WWE. Who makes those movies? WWE. So when you work for the company that's, helping make the movie, of course you're going to be able to make an appearance on Raw a lot easier than if you're working for a director or like Paramount or something like that, where they have maybe in their contract that you can't be wrestling. Because WrestleMania 29, Rock got injured and it interfered with the promotional work he was supposed to do to promote Hercules. So from then on, they were putting in his contract certain things, maybe even before then. But one of the more interesting things I found is that after Cena did all that shit and talking about promo notes and all the stuff that he said, he later came out to admit that he was actually wrong. The Rock's schedule, he didn't realize how hectic it was trying to juggle the two, a full-time Hollywood career and to come back to pro wrestling. He was wrong, guys. He was 100% wrong. So basically, the entire whole thing that started John Cena versus The Rock, Cena admits he was wrong about. So in that, Cena was the heel. Cena was the bad guy, talking shit on things he had no idea about. Just like Cody Rhodes is the heel, is the bad guy. And you fake fuckers do the same thing you've always done. You turn on The Rock because that's what you want to do, because you're selfish as fuck. You don't appreciate the fact that somebody has made it somewhere else, doesn't really need you. In fact, if anything, you kind of resent that he doesn't need you, that he hasn't dedicated his whole entire life to you, because as fans, you feel like you're owed his entire life because he got started in WWE. You're not owed shit. You're not owed a damn thing. The only thing that you really probably are owed is an ass whooping that your parents clearly didn't give you, because you're whiny little bitch asses. You wouldn't be like this if you got a proper ass whooping. And that's just a fact. So now that I've put you little crybaby bitches in your place, you can go down to the comments and accuse me of crying. You can project all that you want. Just understand your projection goes in one ear and straight out the other, because I don't allow you projecting assholes to dictate or determine anything when it comes to me. I just call you on your bullshit. Basically on you people being fake. Because that's what I do, and I'm pretty damn good at it. And just like with everything that Cody Rhodes has said about The Rock, 10 years from now, you'll look back, and who knows, Cody Rhodes may come out and make an apology because he's a little crybaby bitch himself. And, I was so wrong for that. I should have never said The Rock went crying when I was the crybaby. I was the one crying on TV every week. My fans were the assholes. I didn't say anything, and I didn't defend that poor little girl. I didn't defend The Rock's daughter, because I'm an asshole. I've never seen, aside from the Cena stuff, which again makes me think you all are Cena fans, so the majority of you are Cena fans. You hardcore Cody Rhodes fans, I think a lot of you are Cena fans, and it definitely shows. And to me, I'll end it like this. When you look back at the 90s, for those of us that grew up in the 90s, things were great. You know what I'm saying? The standard was set, the bar was raised, however you want to put it. To where you knew what greatness was. You watched basketball, you knew Michael Jordan was great. You listened to hip hop, you knew Michael Jackson was great. You watched pro wrestling, you knew The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan. These are the greats. They're great, they're awesome. You watched movies and you saw the creativity in Hollywood. But now here in 2024, when we have more technology, when we're advanced in so many ways, the creativity is on the decline. The creativity is on the decline. You look at music, you compare Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson all day, every day. You compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan. LeBron James doesn't face the kind of competition Michael Jordan did. So he's in a sea of mediocre basketball players looking like he's the greatest ever, but people that know, no, he's not. You, for fuck's sake, you have influencer boxers like Jake Paul getting in here, beating up old MMA guys, and you have fuckers that are dumb enough to think he's actually going to be a boxing champion. I don't think it'll ever happen. But it shows you the steady decline of intelligence from the human population. Just like where you fucking morons think Cody Rhodes actually cut a better promo than The Rock. And I've explained in detail how that's not the case. So choke on that, you dumb fucks.